Welcome in, everybody, to Crawdads Baseball. Walnut Creek on the road, the second road game and 7 consecutive road games. The last road game was back on the 13th. That was more of the local variety. That was over in Vacaville, California. We are here today in beautiful San Luis Obispo. It's just a gorgeous day. A light wind, maybe 14 miles an hour, just kind of blowing out towards left field. Otherwise, nothing really to write home about in the weather column. Nice 81 degrees. Walnut Creek coming into today's game 5-2, 2-2 overall in the conference play. So that actually drops them back down to second. There was a streak of about 3 days there where the Crawdads were in first place over Healdsburg, the Prune Packers, who they beat in their one head-to-head matchup so far this season. That was a 2-0 victory, but Healdsburg back in first place. Here, the Blues on the other side, 3-0 overall. They have not started conference play yet, so this will be their first taste of, well, check that, actually their second taste of another CCL team, but they haven't started playing other teams in the South Division. They have played the Lincoln Potters, swept them in a 3-game set up in Lincoln, far, far northern California. So this will be a 2-game series here, so matchup tonight at 6 p.m. First pitch should get underway relatively quickly. I mean, they're still watering the infield dirt, it looks like, but just some little bit of housekeeping here, getting the field ready for play. But everybody is ready, and there are fans here. This is just a delightful sight. Looks like it's going to be a packed house. People are wearing their masks still, trying to stay safe. I mean, just because the restrictions are lifted, they still just want to be safe rather than sorry. So masks are required if you are here at the stadium. If you're at home, that's all up to you. So next game tomorrow will be at 6 p.m., so back-to-back here. And then on the 17th, it'll be against Arroyo Seco, and then the Orange County Riptide on the 18th, and then a back-to-back set on the 19th and 20th versus the Conejo Oaks. So really, the Crawdads are going to have to be road warriors over the next week and try to see how they stack up against some of the better teams in the Southern Division of the California Collegiate League. Lineup for the Crawdads today, it'll be Thompson batting first. He'll be in center field. Tommy Rover at second base. He'll be batting second. Third will be Kern Ozawa Burns. Fourth, Hayden Schott. Fifth, Trevor Werner, who's had a really good start to his season. He'll be at third base. DH will be Dalton Mayshore, who hasn't seen much action, but he's getting more playing time as of late. Mark Allart will be catching today. He'll be batting seventh. The first baseman, Zach Tejero, he'll be batting eighth. And then Sammy Esparza, who played the first game of CCL play for the Crawdads at shortstop, will be batting ninth. And he's going to look to get his bat going, as he's only batting 167 on the bump today for Walnut Creek. Will be Ula Iverson. Iverson has pitched just under 5 innings. He's right at 4 2/3 and pretty good ERA, under 2 at 1.93. And he's going to try to record his first win of the season. On the other side for the Blues, it'll be Connor Kosteka at second base, batting first. Batting second will be Austin Shell, the catcher. Ryan Cermak batting third will be in center field today. Trey Clarkson at first base, batting cleanup. Mason Grotto in left field will be the 5-man. Tate Samuelson will be playing in his first game of the summer. He's at third base. Batting seventh will be Gianni Bloom, the DH. And then Thomas Trinka in right field batting eighth. And then Ruben Mercado, the shortstop, in the 9 spot for the Blues. And then pitching for San Luis Obispo will be Caden Sheedy, also his first game. So it's his game and Tate's first game. They both go to Cal Poly, and it looks like Cal Poly just wrapped up their semester. I believe Cal Poly's not on the, sorry, I said the semester. They wrapped up the quarter. Cal Poly's actually on the quarter system, so their schedule is different than just about any other school in the state and most around the country as well. So those are the lineups for both teams, and we'll be right back with the first pitch, hopefully coming up soon. You are watching Walnut Creek Baseball on the Crawdad Streaming Network. Welcome back to San Luis Obispo. I'm Alon Desai, and still getting the field ready here, it looks like. Still putting the finishing touches on the infield, and the umpires are out on the field, but still no sign of the teams lining up for the national anthem. San Luis Obispo comes into this game after, I said earlier, sweeping the Potters. The last win in the three-game set was an 8-6 victory. And it was actually the closest game that San Luis Obispo has been a part of this season. And the Crawdads coming in after losing to the Solano Mudcats. And that was a heartbreaker in extra innings as they lost 8-7 in a game that they led all the way into the fifth inning. I mean, they were up 5-2 and then gave up 4 runs in the bottom of the fifth, tied it up in the seventh to make it 6-6, and then came out on top after the top of the eighth. It was 7-6, but then give up a run in the bottom of the seventh, tie game once again, and Solano was able to pull that game out. So kind of a letdown for Brant Cummings and his Crawdads. And they cannot afford that kind of letdown in the later innings against San Luis Obispo, who just has some absolute crushers on their team. Multiple guys hitting over 300, a few hitting over 500 or right at 500. The catcher, Austin Shell, he's batting 500 this season. You got Trey Clarkson, who'll be at first base, and he's batting 545 with a home run, 3 RBIs. So, I mean, there are some guys that you cannot get into trouble with because they will make you pay, and manager Brant Cummings is walking over to the umpires. Manager Bob Miller of San Luis Obispo is already there. They're shaking hands, and the lineup cards will be given, so everything is official now. The players are lining up, and we will get ready for the national anthem shortly here. Want to thank everybody watching at home, watching our streams all season. I'm so happy to bring them to you. And we're going to continue all the way through this road trip and really try to call as many games for you, the fans, as we possibly can this season. Try to go on every road trip where we are allowed to go. I mean, first of all, because of COVID. And the second thing, which most people might not think about, is some of these parks do not have the best of internet infrastructure. However, that is not the case here at Sinsheimer Park. Just a beauty, a real gem here in the hills in San Luis Obispo, and just looks like it seats about close to 1,000 people, maybe between the seats and the front lawn. So everything just very picturesque here. You got the trees out behind the outfield and some hills towards right center, right field. Just a really, really beautiful facility that we are real lucky to be at this summer. So it looks like the national anthem is about to start here, and we will bring that to you. So the ceremonial first pitch has been thrown here at Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo, getting started a little later than we thought, and the national anthem singer is now on the field, and we will bring that to you after the lineups have been announced. Of course, we've already gone out over that in our broadcast. Probably a few kinks to work out here at Sinsheimer Park, as this is the first live event that has been here, baseball-wise, for the CCL. Last season, there was no CCL play here, so everybody just getting back into the groove of things and looking to bring you a really entertaining and competitive ball game tonight between the Crawdads and the Blues. So Ula Iverson, who is going to be the pitcher tonight for the Crawdads, his last action was against the Potters. That was on a June 8th matchup. That was a day game, and unfortunately the Crawdads lost 3-2, but Ula did pitch 4 2/3 innings, gave up 1 run and 4 hits, only walked 1, did have 3 strikeouts, so did a really good job there. Comes in with an ERA of 1.93 and a whip of 1.07. So he will have his work cut out for him against a very potent lineup that San Luis Obispo is putting out there today. His battery mate, Iverson's, that is, will be Mark Gallart. He will be catching, so it will be very important for Gallart and Iverson to be on the same page, as the last time Iverson pitched, his catcher was Zach Griffin, not Mark Gallart. So we'll see how the communication is between these two men today, and we'll see if they're able to maybe put a halt to the hot ways of the San Luis Obispo Blues. The Crawdads coming in have scored 39 runs in the past 3 games, and really it's been about the same for the Blues. They have been lighting the scoreboard up. Their last game, they scored 8 runs against the Potters, and I believe in the series they scored right around 40 runs altogether. So just a real challenge here for the Crawdads, and the national anthem is coming your way right now.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
National anthem is over. So lucky to be here, be in a country where we can play baseball and just have a good time, get away from everything, and just enjoy a real fun sporting event without the pressures of life coming into play, and that we have the freedom to do what we want to do on a daily basis. The defensive alignment for the Blues will be Austin Shell at catcher, the aforementioned Caden Sheedy pitching, and then it'll be Clarkson at first, Kosteka at second, Mercado at shortstop, Samuelson at third, Mason Grotto in left field, Ryan Cermak in center, and Thomas Trinka in right field. San Luis Obispo Blues, led by manager Bob Miller. Blues are very old team with some rich history, been around since, I believe, 1946. And if I'm correct, they've been playing at Sinsheimer Park since their inception. Sinsheimer Park, a magnificent facility, some good places for the family to hang out, and slides, tennis courts, basketball, I mean, anything you want to do, and then just really a palace for summer baseball here at the ballpark. 395 to center field, the alleys, 380 and 335 down the line on each side. And the first three batters for the Crawdads will be Jordan Thompson, the center fielder, Tommy Rover, the second baseman, and then Kernos Owa Burns, who's had a good start to his season. First pitch from Sheedy is a fastball in the outer half for strike one, count 1-0. First pitch at 6:14 p.m., so about 14 minutes after the schedule of 6 o'clock. 1-0 pitch, called a strike as well, going outside, so that seems to be the strategy. Two straight fastballs on the outer half. Thompson batting 130 overall this season. Thompson fouls this one out to the right side, out of play. That will land past the broadcast booth. Thompson batting 130, 1 RBI. That is not just conference play, that is all games that the Crawdads have played. Pitch swung on and missed, and Thompson is set down on strikes. First strikeout of the day for Caden Sheedy as he makes his summer league debut. Sheedy was 1-2 this past season at Cal Poly with a 5.4 ERA. Did record 15 strikeouts, but also walked 10 men. And that'll bring up Tommy Rover, the left-handed second baseman. Rover swings at the first pitch. That's popped out of play. And foul. Rover comes in with only one hit on the season. That one hit, though, is a double. But he has struck out 3 times, and he is down 0-1 to Sheedy. Sheedy sets. Wind still blowing here out to left field. 0-1, called a ball. Count 1-1 with one away here in the top of the first. Crawdads need to get some of these bats going as Tommy Rover is at 125 for his average. 1-1 pitch is inside for another ball. Count 2-1. Dalton Mayshore, who's playing DH today, also at 125. And Mark Gallart, the catcher, at 231. Sammy Esparza, shortstop, today at 167. So some bats that definitely need a little bit of juice. The pitch called a ball, blown away. Count 3-1. To Tommy Rover. So we'll see what kind of pitch Rover gets here. The 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. Rover fouls this off to the left side and into the netting. And the count runs full. Tommy Rover does have the ability to run once he does get on base. He's just had a real bear of a summer so far, manufacturing any kind of offense. 3-2 pitch from Sheedy is a called strike, and that's back-to-back strikeouts here early for Caden Sheedy as Tommy Rover has to go back to the dugout and try to recalculate on how to approach his next at-bat, but a bright spot for the Crawdads offensively is Ozawa Burns, who will now step in, right-handed batter to take his hacks. He's batting .364 with a home run. Does have an RBI. This is in conference play. First pitch to Ozawa Burns, swung on and missed. Count 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch misses inside. They can leave that one ball on the scoreboard out there in left center, as the count is now even. As I said, everybody getting back into the swing of things. 1-1 pitch. Ozawa Burns lets it go for ball 2. Count 2-1 with 2 away in the top of the first. Still 0-0. As Caden Sheedy has been able to set down the first 2 men he's faced on strikes. Sheedy winds, deals, and this fouled off to the right side, about 20 feet before the netting that covers the Blues dugout. So the count even at 2-2, and Ozawa looking to just put the ball in play and avoid the same fate that his mates have just faced, and instead he swings for strike number 3. So Caden Sheedy strikes out the side, not the way manager Brant Cummings wanted his side to start today's game, but it is a 9-inning game. We will see what the bats can do during the second for the Crawdads, but looks like Caden Sheedy is on cruise control early in his first start of the summer for the San Luis Obispo Blues. Game tied 0-0. You are watching Crawdads baseball on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to Sinsheimer Park here in San Luis Obispo. Game tied 0-0. Bottom of the first about to get started. For the Blues, it'll be Kosteka, Shell, and then Cermak. So 1, 2, 3. And Ula Iverson on the mound for the Crawdads. First pitch from the lefty Iverson is a fastball, outer half, strike 1. Good pitch there from Ula, who has looked very comfortable. He's only had one appearance this season, but nonetheless, he has looked in control. 0-1 pitch, also in there for a strike, so looks like the strategy is to go outside to the leadoff hitter, Connor Kosteka. Kosteka comes in batting .333 with an RBI on his ledger. He's playing second base today. 0-2 pitch is a breaking ball, fouled away out of play over to the left side. So the count will hold at 0-2. So Kosteka at second base in the leadoff position for the Blues. Then Austin Shell, the catcher, batting second, third, Ryan Cermak. And the pitch from Iverson is a breaking ball that misses outside. Count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the first inning in a 0-0 game between the Crawdads and the San Luis Obispo Blues. One-two pitch from Iverson is just a bit outside, and the home plate umpire indicates ball, so the count even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kosteka plays his college ball at Biola. He's a senior, about 6 feet tall. 2-2 pitch, fastball, misses outside, and actually, Connor Kosteka threw the bat, thought it was a leadoff walk, and the home plate umpire saying, no, man, that's ball 3. Count is full. So he will have to run back to home plate, get the bat, maybe clean the bat off a little bit. It's probably got a little bit of turf on it, grass rather. So he's got to get tuned back up, get in that batter's box, and Iverson grabs the rosin, and he's got to get ready too. Iverson wants to go. So payoff pitch, fouled away, out of play, and Kosteka will have to do 3-2 all over again here against Ula Iverson in the bottom of the first inning with nobody out. Kosteka, the leadoff batter for the Blues. Kosteka from Temecula, California, throws right, bats left. 3-2 pitch, misses outside. This one is a walk now, so we can make that official. Base on balls for Connor Kosteka. And the first batter of the day gives Ula Iverson a little bit of trouble as he just cannot find the strikeout pitch. Tried going with the breaking ball a couple times, but could not locate it. The fastball is there today for Iverson, but that breaking ball punch-out pitch just couldn't tick the zone. So here comes Austin Shell, the catcher, batting .500. He has 6 hits in his 12 at-bats, 1 home run and 4 RBIs. First pitch to Shell is a fastball in there, strike 1. Kosteka with the leadoff of first base. Not a very aggressive lead off the bag when he gets going here. 1, 2, 3, and he will set there with 3 steps away from the bag. And Iverson readies and fires. Pitch high and outside. Count even 1-1. So scoreboard indicates 2-1, but now it is correct 1-1 with nobody away and 1 aboard here for the Blues. And Shell looking to do some damage early here for San Luis Obispo. A little lazy throw over to first base from Iverson, just keeping an eye on Kosteka. Count still 1-1. Iverson gets his sign from Gallart. Sets, delivers, pitch high. Back-to-back balls. And the last 2 pitches, both have missed high. And the count is 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike. In a 0-0 game. Bottom of the first, still nobody out. Iverson looks in, winds, throws, big swing and a miss on a high fastball there. Austin Shell got caught chasing a little bit. He's had a better eye than that so far through the first 3 games. So the count even 2-2. And this time Iverson will try to avoid walking the batter. 2-2 pitch is lined down the left field line, but foul. Count holds even at 2-2. Pretty good wood on that ball from Shell. It just got out a little bit in front of it and wasn't able to keep it fair. Tejera over at first, Tommy Rover at second, Sammy Esparza at shortstop, Trevor Werner at third, Shot in left field, Jordan Thompson in center, and Ozawa Burns in right field. That's a defensive schematic for the Crawdads. Swing and a miss there by Shell. They're going to call it a foul tip, but caught for a 3rd strike. And he strikes out, so good comeback at bat there for Ulla Iverson. After walking the first man he faces, strikes out the second man. And here comes the three-hitter, Ryan Cermak. So the base on balls, then the strikeout. And here comes center fielder Ryan Cermak for the Blues. Cermak batting .353. Throw over to first, not in time. However, Kostecka does have to slide in, so he gets the uniform dirty a little bit. Crawdads playing in the gray tops, light gray, white bottoms. Pitch to Cermak misses, count 1-0. The Blues, on the other hand, with the very dark blue numbers and the all, I guess, off-white uniforms, you might call them. So here's the 1-0 pitch, and that misses high and outside. Maybe kind of looked like a pitch out, but that's not what the plan was, I don't think, is caught Gallart off guard. Gallart did do a good job, though, of not letting that ball get away from him. Cermak does have 3 RBIs to his name so far. Here's the pitch. Cermak laces this out to center field. It is high. Going back on it is Thompson. Thompson at the wall makes the catch. So that ball was hit on the screws, just hung up a little bit. I have a feeling if that was hit into left center rather than right center with the wind blowing out into left center, probably would have left the yard. So allowed out on the fly ball to center field. Ulla Iverson has to be a little more careful with his location against this Blues squad and all the crushers they have on their team. So Cermak flies out. Trey Clarkson, the first baseman, will take his swings from the left-handed stance. So lefty on lefty matchup here. And pickoff attempt. Nothing doing there. Still waiting on the first pitch to Trey Clarkson. Well, a little bit of everything here except for a hit in this first inning. First pitch to Clarkson, swung on and missed. Good pop of the glove there. Trying to bring you some of the sounds, some of the noise from the stadium, just to give you an idea of what's going on. 0-1 pitch from Iverson is a breaking ball and must have missed just off the corner, maybe a little high. Iverson thought that was a pretty good pitch. 1-1 pitch here from Iverson is on the way. Never mind. Goes to another pickoff here at first. Really keeping tabs on Connor Kostecka. Kostecka is going to need to bust out the Tide or the Mr. Clean or whatever the moms use to clean the jerseys. 1-1 pitch. Misses outside. Count 2-1. That jersey will be real dirty here if those pickoff moves continue to persist. Iverson sets and fires. That one is strike. Good breaking ball pitch from Ulla, and the count runs even 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. We've had a base on balls, a strikeout from Iverson, and the very deep fly ball out in right center. 2-2 pitch is a breaking ball, swung on and foul tipped. Just looks like Gallart did not hang on to it. That would have been strike 3 had he hung on to the ball. Instead, Clarkson able to stay alive on some very weak contact and a drop third strike. 2-2 pitch from Iverson, misses high, and another full count situation here for Ulla Iverson. Second full count of the game that he has been in. So already throwing a lot of pitches here in the first inning. Pitch, and that misses high, so the Blues will have their first runner in scoring position early here in the bottom of the first. Kostecka will advance to second base, and Clarkson draws the walk, and that brings up Mason Grotto, the dangerous left fielder, who is batting above .520 with 12 RBIs and 1 home run through 3 games. And a balk is called on Ulla Iverson, so both runners will advance. Costeca over to third and Clarkson to second. Now Iverson has to work out of a jam here with 2 away. First pitch to Mason Grotto, misses for ball 1. And Esparza kind of jogging over towards the umpire and then takes his position back at shortstop. Iverson sets and deals. 1-0 pitch is popped up over into shallow right field. Ozawa Burns tracking the ball, puts a squeeze on it for the third and final out. So the San Luis Obispo Blues threaten, and a real dangerous situation there for Ulla Iverson, especially after the box. So 2 runners in scoring position, both left stranded by the Blues, and the game remains tied 2-2. Still no hits, just the 2 walked batters. We will be right back with more Crawdads baseball as they come up to bat in the top of the second. Game tied 0-0. You are watching Crawdads baseball here on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to San Luis Obispo. I am Alon Desai here in a 0-0 game, top of the second, about to get started. And for the Crawdads, it'll be Hayden Schott, Trevor Werner, and Dalton Mayshore. First pitch to Hayden Schott, called a ball. So the first 3 batters for the Crawdads this evening all struck out. Hayden Schott looking to change that for the Crawdads. Big swing and a miss there on the second pitch of the at-bat. Count 1-1. Good fastball there from Caden Sheedy. Sheedy with the 3 punch-outs early. 1-1 pitch here to Schott. Schott, another swing and a miss. And he finds himself in a 1-2 hole, top of the second inning. Schott playing in left field today, batting .313 in conference play. Pitch misses outside. Count 2-2, all evened up. He has 5 hits, a double, a triple, 2 RBIs, but he has struck out 4 times. 2-2 pitch is on the way and misses outside to Hayden Schott. So Schott works a full count, and he will force Caden Sheedy to make a good pitch to a dangerous lefty. Sheedy winds, deals, and foul ball way out of play past the Crawdad bullpen. And I don't know if there's any fans out in that direction, maybe if they're getting to the game a little bit late, but here come a bunch of little leaguers scrambling for it. So there will be a scrum over there. 3-2 pitch once again is popped way high, foul, and it looks like it'll be out of the reach of the catcher, Austin Shell, and it falls just past the Walnut Creek dugout. So 3-2 once again here to Hayden Schott. So nice, we'll do it 3 times. This flared out to left field, and who's going to make the call on it? It looks like the left fielder, Mason Grotto, able to make the play on the ball. Cermak did run over, and that was way away from his center fielder position, but, you know, sometimes it's nice to back your fellow outfielder up, but Mason Grotto able to make the play. So 1 away, and here comes Trevor Werner for the Crawdads. First pitch to Werner, misses outside, maybe a tad low. Werner batting .391, does have a home run, 8 RBIs. Another pitch here to Werner. That one's in there for a strike. Looked like it was in a similar location, just maybe not as low. So on the outer half, just not as low. So 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike to Werner with 1 away. This pitch inside for strike 2. Count 1-2. It looks like Caden Sheedy has found the rhythm. Sheedy fires. That's on the inner half with the fastball, and another strikeout for Sheedy. Sheedy putting on a show here for the fans in San Luis Obispo. That's his 4th strikeout recorded of the day. So Sheedy just mowing this lineup down. Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. Fly out, and then what do you think he does? Another strikeout. So a pitch here to Dalton Mayshore, the DH. Swung on and missed. Mayshore only batting .125 so far this year. Hasn't played all that much. Has been hit 5 times by errant pitches and another swing and a miss. So Mayshore just way too aggressive up there right now, and he is in an 0-2 hole with 2 away here in the top of the second. 0-2 pitch, swung, fouled, way out of play, and that will land past the lawn seats here at Sinsheimer Field, Sinsheimer Ballpark. Wind kind of changing directions. 0-2 pitch near the dome of Mayshore. Mayshore ducks down. It was a breaking ball, so no intention there at all. Just a pitch that got away from the pitcher. One of the few pitches that have gotten away from Caden Sheedy. And Sheedy will look for the punch-out pitch. 1-2 pitch misses inside. And the fans here feel like Sheedy's getting a little squeeze from the home plate umpire, but that was a ball. Count 2-2, 2 away. Top of the second. On deck is Mark Allard, 2-2 pitch, and that is in there for a strike on the outer half. So a called third strike. Mayshore goes down looking, and already 5 strikeouts here for Caden Sheedy, who is dealing tonight at Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo. Game still tied 0-0. San Luis Obispo will come up to bat in the bottom of the second when we come back. Welcome back. Bottom of the second inning. About to get started. It'll be Tate Samuelson, the third baseman, then Gianni Bloom, the DH, and Trinka Thomas, the right fielder. So 6, 7, 8. First pitch here from Iverson to Samuelson. Misses high and outside. Ball 1. 1-0 pitch here, misses everything, and that just hits the net. That wasn't even close. Luckily for Ula, nobody's on base. But if that was, say, thrown back in the first inning with a runner on second and third, that would have easily scored at least one. So here's a 2-0 pitch from Iverson. This is swung on. Hit way high over on the first base side, and it looks like Tommy Rover, the second baseman, will actually call for it and take it away from Zach Tejero, who is playing in his first game of the summer for the Crawdads. Kind of a little bit of an adventure out there near first base. And Rover probably is going to say, hey, man, like, nothing on you. I've played just about every game this season, and didn't look like either of us were too sure of it, so I'll take it. First pitch from Iverson to Gianni Bloom is called strike 1 on the inner half. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Bloom. Bloom, big cut and missed. So he's in the hole 0-2. Bloom's batting .667 and has drawn 4 walks this season, but finds himself a 0-2 hole. This one fouled back into the net. Count will hold at 0-2. So Ula starting this inning off a bit better than he did the first. Another pitch. This one swung on over to first base, and this time, indeed, Zach Tejero is able to make the play on the ball. So he's able to get himself into a rhythm out in the field in a really low-pressure situation, fielding a foul ball. So quickly, 2 outs here for the San Luis Obispo Blues. And that brings Trinka Thomas to the plate, right-handed batter. First pitch to Thomas, and nearly hits Thomas in the elbow. Evades the grasp of catcher Mark Allart. Thomas coming in with a .300 batting average, an RBI, a stolen base, and a walk. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Thomas. Thomas swing and a miss, count 1-1. The one thing Iverson has had tonight has been the fastball. There's been a few times it's gotten away from him. First pitch of this at-bat and the one that missed way wild, but otherwise the fastball has been there. Breaking ball outer half, and that's what we like to see from Ula on the mound, and that's what he knows he can do consistently, and he also knows if that breaking ball is there tonight, he's going to have a much easier time than just having to rely solely on the fastball. 1-2 pitch here is fouled deep into right field, but way out of play. Foul by about 25 to 30 yards. Count holds at 1-2. One-two pitch once again with 2 away. This misses low. The count is even. Good block there by Gallart. And it's good that he has shown the ability to scramble, even though he hasn't had to do it when anybody's been on base. 2-2 pitch. And Iverson looking to punch out the batter. Rover fields it and had a tough time controlling the ball, but able to flip it over to first in the end. So a much better inning for Ula Iverson on the mound. Induces 2 pop outs into foul territory, and then Just a little bit of an easy ground ball. Not so easy for Tommy Rover to handle over at second base, but just a much smoother and more calm inning for the Crawdads defensively. So game still tied and 0-0, and we'll be right back with the top of the third here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Game tied 0-0. All right, welcome back in the broadcast booth here in Slow at Sinsheimer Park. I'm along to say still tie game as the top of the third about to get started. First pitch to Mark Allard, misses outside. And it looks like there's just a few issues here with the scoreboard. Out in left center, 1-0 pitch to Gallart is lined on the ground over to short. Mercado has it, but the first baseman drops it. It was a low throw. Clarkson made a really good stretch, but tough bounce, and he could not squeeze it in the glove. So Gallart reaches on the low throw there from the shortstop, Mercado. I don't know whether they're going to score that bad throw on Mercado or on the first baseman. It was awfully low. I think if I was scoring it, I would say bad throw there by Mercado. But Mercado, rather Gallart, able to reach base. So here comes Zach Tejero in his first game of the summer for the Crawdads. And first pitch to Tejero misses low. Gallart not able to advance. Good scramble by Austin Shell. Caden Sheedy, redshirted in 2020 at Cal Poly. That was his first year of eligibility. Redshirted due to injury, and then because of COVID-19, he actually gets to keep that year. So he still has all 4 more of his years as he played in 2021. 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1. So maybe one of the blessings in disguise there for Caden Sheedy. Most situations, he wouldn't have had all 5 years of his eligibility. 1-1 pitch. And this poked out to left field, but Mason Grotto has a read on it, and that is out number 1. A fly ball out to left field. And Zach Tejero is retired in his first at-bat of the summer. That'll bring up the shortstop, Sammy Esparza, who's batting 167 with 3 hits. One of those hits is a double, and he does have 3 RBIs. But this is the first real offensive chance that the Crawdads have had today. First bit of trouble that Sheedy is having to navigate. And the first pitch from Sheedy misses low for ball 1 to Sammy Esparza. Caden Sheedy went to high school at Stockdale and Bakersfield. I don't know if any of you have taken the Stockdale Highway, maybe on your drive to Las Vegas. Pickoff move over to first. Kind of a fun road to drive. Takes you through Bakersfield. You take the Parkway over by, all the new buildings that they're building down there. It's really interesting. A lot of construction. And the count 1-2 with 1 away in the top of the third. Pitch here called strike on the outer half. And Sammy Esparza looks over, gets the signal from manager Brant Cummings as to what the strategy is here. Runner on first gets his lead. 1-1 pitch is swung on foul over to the right side. A little bit late on that swing was Esparza. Gallart, not the fastest guy in the world. He does play catcher, so, you can't expect burners out of him, but he's going to do his best to try to hustle into third on any hit through the infield here. Their pitch, 1-2, fouled away. Count will hold at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Top of the third in a 0-0 game between the visiting Crawdads and the Slow Blues here in Sinsheimer Park. Wind kind of changing directions, blowing more just towards straight left field. Another pickoff move. Gallart slides in, and he is out. A beautiful pickoff move there from Caden Sheedy. And like I was saying, Gallart, not the fastest guy in the world, and he paid for it right there. Just let off a little too far from the bag. And that is a learning experience for the young catcher. So just like that, 2 outs. And what started out as a pretty fortuitous top of the third for the Crawdads is no longer that way. Another pitch here to Esparza, misses. So count 2-2. And 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Esparza looking to break through and get the first hit of the game for either team. 2-2 pitch, misses high and inside. Ball 3, count is full to Sammy Esparza. High school, Caden Sheedy had a 13-2 career win-loss record with a 2.43 ERA. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Caden Sheedy. That is his 6th of the game as Esparza could not catch up to the fastball. So Caden Sheedy, just another impressive inning, induces a pop out over into left field, and then a strikeout and a pickoff move. So just a little bit of everything here from Sheedy, but the strikeout stuff has been there for the Blues pitcher. Game still tied 0-0, bottom of the third coming your way. You are watching Crawdads Baseball on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to San Luis Obispo. Cooling off a little bit here. It was right around 83 at first pitch. It's 77 now, but still just beautiful. Short sleeve weather. And it'll be Mercado Rubin, the shortstop, to lead off the bottom of the third. First pitch from Iverson to Rubin is a fastball called strike on the inner half. It'll be Rubin, Mercado, then Connor Costeca, who reached on balls his last at-bat to lead off the game, and then Austin Schell. So Costeca on deck. Second pitch to Mercado is fouled away. Count 0-2. Mercado coming in with a 300 batting average and 10 ABs. Does have 2 RBIs. Mercado plays his ball over at San Jose State. Went to high school at Foothill in Pleasanton. That's near my stomping grounds. I grew up in Dublin. I'm very familiar with Foothill. The 0-2 pitch here from Iverson. Misses on the outer corner. Count 1-2 to Ruben Mercado with Connor Costeca waiting on deck. 1-2 pitch is fouled out of play. Count will hold at 1-2. Mercado actually doesn't plan on going to the big leagues. Looks like he wants to join the Navy after college, so thank you, Ruben, for your future service. 1-2 pitch here from Iverson is grounded to Esparza at short. Esparza fields it, fires over to first in time for the first out in the bottom of the third inning. So Mercado retired 6-3. Neither pitcher has given up a hit yet, although Iverson has walked 2 batters. And here comes the second baseman, the lefty, Connor Costeca, who, as I said, walked in his first appearance at the plate to lead off tonight's contest. A lefty-lefty matchup once again. First pitch from Iverson is a breaking ball, misses low and away for ball 1. Iverson sets and fires. Swing and a miss there from Costeca. So good pitch from Iverson. And, you know, we'd be raving about the performance he's having so far, but on the other side, Sheedy is just dealing. Pitch from Iverson here. Check swing, called strike. The count 1-2 to Connor Costeca. With 1 away in a 0-0 game in the bottom of the third inning with Austin Shell waiting patiently on deck. Iverson with the 1-2 pitch and a fastball on the outer half just missed. So 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Iverson with pitch number 45 coming up right here. Iverson likes the sign he's getting now from battery mate Mark Gallard. Swing and a miss, and no wonder he liked it so much. He knew it was going to be a strikeout pitch. Fastball swung on and missed by Connor Costeca. So walks in the first inning and then strikes out here in the bottom of the third. And the second strikeout of the night for Ula Iverson, who has really regained his composure after the balk, which moved 2 runners into scoring position back in the first inning. Here comes Austin Shell, who struck out in the first inning. First pitch to Shell inside near the shoe top. Shell moved the back foot, avoid getting hit. Count 1-0 with 2 away. Iverson winds, fires. Fastball, outer half, called strike. Good fastball, very good lively fastball tonight from Iverson. Iverson still just the 1 earned run this entire season. So he has been one of the Crawdads' best pitchers. This ball fielded by Tommy Rover, thrown over to first in time. So an uneventful third out for the Blues, 4-3 ground out. And Iverson has really settled in here through 3 innings of work. Game tied 0-0. And top of the 4th inning will be here in just moments. You are watching Crawdads Baseball on the Walnut Creek streaming network. Welcome back to Sinsheimer Park. I'm Alon to say still 0-0 in a pitcher's duel here in San Luis Obispo, California. And Jordan Thompson will lead off the top of the fourth for the Crawdads. First pitch to Thompson. Swung on, fouled straight back. Jordan Thompson today getting the nod in center field. Sam Hunt getting the day off for the Crawdads. Thompson plays at Texas A&M. 0-1 pitch, misses low, 1-1. Thompson bats right, throws right. He's a junior at A&M, and he is from Texas. So a Texas boy through and through. 1-1 pitch on the way here from Sheedy is dropped, but ball two at any rate. So count 2-1. So good eye on display here by Jordan Thompson, who's trying to improve on that 130 batting average that he has. He struck out back in the first. This ball hit out to left field, and Grotto has it for the first out of the inning. A one away, and Sheedy is still trucking on. Has not really run into trouble yet. Crawdads are trying to change that. Maybe one of the first things you have to do is make him throw more pitches. He has been very efficient. The only reason he has maybe had the pitch count run up is because of all the strikeouts. So here comes Tommy Rover. First pitch to Rover, misses inside. Ball one. Mason Grotto has gotten a little bit of a workout over in left field. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed by Tommy Rover. Both of the hard hit balls by the Crawdads, if you can call them that, both really just pokes out in the left. They've been right at Mason Grotto. 1-1 pitch to Rover. Rover gets hold of this, hangs up though in right field, and that is out number two as Thomas is able to secure the catch. So back-to-back flyouts for Walnut Creek, and here comes Kern Ozawa Burns. So the 1-2-3 hitters in the first inning all struck out back-to-back-to-back, and this time they're threatening to all fly out. First pitch to Ozawa Burns is line down the left field line. It gets down for a hit. Ozawa will round first base and takes a little bit of a stumble and trots into second. Maybe he just, took the foot off the gas, but makes it in with a stand-up double. Good piece of hitting there by Kern Ozawa Burns. And that is the first hit of the game for the Crawdads, and the first hit of the game for either team. So the ice is broken here, at least in the hit column, by Kern Ozawa Burns. So the Crawdads have their first runner in scoring position. The Blues already had that. They actually had two in scoring position by way of a balk. And a pitch from Sheedy to Hayden Schott misses for ball one. Ozawa with just a good piece of hitting against a very good pitcher. He gets his lead off of second. Hayden Schott, swing and a miss. Count 1-1 for Hayden Schott. And it looks like there's some action going in the Blues bullpen. The right-hander, Sheedy, sets, looks back at second, and delivers. That misses low. Count 2-1. Now, Hayden Schott flew out in the second. He's going to look to put the ball in play here. 2-2 pitch misses high. 2-1 pitch, rather, misses high. And the count 3-1. Three-one pitch to Hayden Schott. is on the way. Shot fouls it. Just could not square it up. The count runs 3-2, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, but a runner in scoring position. Kuronozawa Burns with the 2-out double gives the Crawdads a chance to open up the scoring here tonight. Payoff pitch on the way is lined straight up the middle, and here comes Kuronozawa Burns. He rounds third. Selno waves him home. Ozawa Burns crosses home plate, and wow, Hayden Schott advanced to second on the throw home and was nearly thrown out. At any rate, the Crawdads do score the first run of the night. They now lead it 1-0, and a real risk there by Hayden Schott, who's not the fastest runner in the world. He decided to dig for 2. He got in there, but he does have the RBI. And he will now hand the batting equipment over to Rob Selna, who will jog it and toss it. And manager Brent Cummings very happy with that. So a little 2-out magic here for Walnut Creek. And that brings the third baseman, Trevor Werner, who is very dangerous and has a chance here with a runner in scoring position. First pitch to Werner in there for strike 1 on the outer half. So the Crawdads looking to build on this 1-0 lead here on the road. And the pitch. That misses as well. Breaking ball low. So another breaking ball that is missed for Caden Sheedy. Count 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Sheedy. And this fouled way up in the air. That'll be a souvenir. Watch out, fans. And there's the scramble. About 9 kids run in. And the kid with the, I believe, Anaheim Angels hat has it. And he says, look what I have. And he's going to go show it to everybody. Maybe get it signed by some Blues after the game. Or maybe he's a Crawdads fan. You never know. Maybe he wants some Crawdads signatures. Who knows here? I definitely don't know. Count 1-2, 2 away. Hayden Schott at second, gets his lead. Sheedy looks back and delivers. That pitch taken, curveball in the dirt. Count 2-2 to Trevor Werner. Now if Werner can get a charge into one of these pitches here into the alley, that will easily score Hayden Schott. And we all know Werner has some power. He exhibited it against the Santa Rosa Athletics a few days ago. Just hit a monster shot out to left field, so Werner is not to be trifled with. 2-2 pitch to Werner. Werner takes ball 3. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th in a game which the Crawdads lead 1-0 against the Slow Blues. I'm not calling them slow. That's the acronym or abbreviation, what have you, for San Luis Obispo. It's just a mouthful to say that full name. 3-2 pitch here is lined through the hole into left field, and here comes Schott around third, and Schott will dig into home. The Crawdads with their second run of the evening, and they are now up 2-0. So some good 2-out hitting here by the Crawdads. First, it was Hayden Schott with the RBI, and then he is brought home by Trevor Werner with an RBI single. And looks like Caden Sheedy's day might be over, as there is double-armed action, double-barrel action in the San Luis Obispo bullpen. One man throwing into the net. Now they're pitching to one of the backup catchers. I believe that's pitching coach Dean Trainer out there talking to his man Caden Sheedy, who really was just dealing through most of the game until this point here. I mean, the first 2 outs, fly out. Tommy Rover was retired rather easily, and then Ozawa Burns with a 2-out double. Hayden Schott with an RBI, and now Trevor Werner with an RBI single. So two out hitting and pitching is what Brant Cummings, the manager for the Crawdads, says that is what this team has to hang their hat on. It has to be good pitching and clutch hitting. And into the batter's box steps right-handed batter Dalton Mayshore, the DH. First pitch to Mayshore is fouled way off to the right side, out of play. Mayshore down 0-1. I'd love to tell you what the pitch count is on the pitcher, Caden Sheedy. 0-1 pitch misses inside, but fortunately I'm getting 502 bad gateway on the live in-stadium stat tracker. Mayshore try to put this ball in play. And it looks like Sheedy's up near 67 pitches, if my eyes do not deceive me. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Mayshore, misses inside. And a count 2-1, still 2 away. Top of the fourth inning, Crawdads up 2-0. Werner on first, gets his lead. Sheedy sets and fires. Mayshore takes inside. That is ball 3, so 3 balls, 1 strike to the DH, Dalton Mayshore, who struck out in the second inning looking. And he is going to do whatever he can to keep this inning going for the Crawdads. 3-1 pitch, runner goes, and this is lined into left center field. It gets down at the warning track. Here is Werner coming around third, and he will score easily. So 3 RBIs with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. All 3 runs scoring with 2 outs, and this one off the bat of Dalton Mayshore. He records the RBI double, and the Crawdads up 3-0 now here on the road against the Slow Blues. So that looks like that will end the day for Caden Sheedy. He will be on the hook for the runner at second, Mayshore. And he went 3 2/3 innings with, let's count it up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts, but has given up 3 earned runs in the top of the fourth. Just could not find the pitch to get the third out. So we'll be right back with the last of the top of the fourth, but who knows? This inning could just keep going here if the Crawdads just keep coming up with the clutch hits. Crawdads leading 3-0 in San Luis Obispo against the Blues. You are watching Crawdad Baseball on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. All right, welcome back to the top of the fourth. The batter will be Mark Gallart, and he will face newly inserted pitcher Jared Hart. He's a left-handed senior at Illinois State University. 2018 to 2020, he played at Wabash Valley Community College. So Gallart has an opportunity with a runner in scoring position. As Mayshore gets his lead, first pitch to Gallart, misses outside, fastball. Good eye by Gallart, not chasing. The count 1-0. Jared Hart made 7 appearances, including a start at Wabash Valley, Wabash, I believe it's Wabash, if I'm correct. There's a Wabash Street in Chicago, but me being a Californian, I could be mispronouncing that. 1-0 pitch to Gallart. Misses low, and that gets away from the catcher, and the runner will advance. So Mayshore makes it into third as the ball just skips away from Austin Shell. And this inning cannot end quickly enough for the Blues. That'll be a passed ball, as it was in the dirt, but I thought Shell had a good chance to block it. And sometimes you just got to get the body, get whatever part of your body you can in front of the ball instead of trying to pick it. Just better safe than sorry. Count 2-0. 2-0 pitch to Gallart. Gallart swings, chopped over to first base. This gets away from first baseman Clarkson, and another run scores as Gallart digs in for second. Gallart will stop at second on a very hard-hit ball that took a weird bounce. It was somewhere in between a chopper and being lined. I mean, it was a very hard-hit chopper, I guess, and the first baseman Clarkson could not get the squeeze on it. And just like that, the Crawdads are up 4-0. All 4 runs scored with 2 away in the top of the fourth. So 4 in the fourth. And so here comes Zach Tejero. This is his first game of the summer season. Flew out to left in his last at-bat back in the third inning rather. First pitch to Tejero is a breaking ball. Strike 1. So that run will be charged to Caden Sheedy as Hart came in with the runner in scoring position. So Sheedy's day ends with 3 innings and 2/3 pitched. And this curveball popped into shallow right, and another run will score here for the Crawdads as Tejero able to poke it right in front of the right fielder, Trinka Thomas. And the good times keep on rolling for the Crawdads. So it took quite a while for either team to break through with the first hit of the game. And now the Crawdads have 6 in the top of the fourth and 4 runs to boot. So Sammy Esparza, who's a strikeout victim in the third inning, steps in to face the lefty Hart, so lefty-righty matchup. Esparza, right-handed batsman. First pitch to Esparza, swung on and missed. So this has been one heck of a half inning for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Maybe their best inning of offensive baseball versus quality competition this summer. 0-1 pitch, misses low, count 1-1. Caden Sheedy's day, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 4 runs given up. Did have the strikeout stuff though early, that's for sure. That's 6 strikeouts. Pitch in there for strike 2, count 1-2 to Esparza, and Esparza needs to do something here to avoid going down for a second straight at bat via the strikeout. Darrow gets a small lead off of first. Hart looks over, and here's the throw. And breaking ball fouled into the dirt and off to the right side. Count holds at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Still the top of the fourth. Crawdads leading 5-0 here in the first game of a 2-game set against the San Luis Obispo Blues. Esparza choking up on the bat. And the 1-2 pitch. Esparza swings and misses, and he is set down on strikes for the second straight time tonight. But the Crawdads strike for 5 off 6 hits, all with 2 outs. Every single hit, every RBI was with 2 away. So a really good job of fighting until the very end by the Crawdads. They lead 5-0 over the Blues. Bottom of the fourth coming your way after this short break. You are watching Walnut Creek Crawdads baseball on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to Sinsheimer Park. I'm Alon to say bottom of the fourth finally getting underway. Crawdads put up 5 runs in the top of the fourth, all with 2 outs. Ula Iverson will remain on the mound for Walnut Creek, and it'll be Ryan Cermak, Trey Clarkson, and Mason Grotto that he will be tasked with facing. So the heart of the order, 3-4-5. First pitch to Cermak is swung on, hit about a mile high into right field. Looks like Ozawa Burns has it, and indeed he does for the first out of the bottom of the fourth. So Cermak flies out to right field, flew out to center in the first inning. And that'll bring up Trey Clarkson, who walked in the first inning. It was one of 2 walks in the first inning that Iverson issued. First pitch to Clarkson is a fastball in the outer half for strike 1. Clarkson going to look to exhibit that good discipline in the box again. Looks like time is called. Maybe some debris or something on the field. Something, it was a ball that got away near the Crawdads dugout. That's what it was. And looks like we're ready after Trevor Werner does the job of cleaning up the mess. And the pitch misses high from Iverson to Clarkson. A 2-0 count here with 1 away. Swing and a miss. Count even at 1-1. Check that, 1-2. 1-2 pitch from Iverson is on the way. This popped up third base side. Werner looking at it, calls for it, and makes the play. So a pop out in foul territory from the first baseman, Trey Clarkson. And that is exactly what Ula Iverson wants to do to this very dangerous lineup for the Blues. So here comes Mason Grotto, who flew out to right field back in the first inning. First pitch to Grotto, in there for strike one. Ula Iverson, the freshman at Diablo Valley College, doing a phenomenal job against some guys who play some pretty serious baseball at some pretty serious programs. Count 1-1 after that pitch misses. Grotto plays his ball over at Fresno State. He's a senior. 1-1 pitch in there for strike number 2. From Clovis, California. Played his ball at Clovis High School. Count 1-2 to Grotto with 2 away in a 5-0 ball game. And a breaking ball called strike 3. It looked low, but that is a strikeout to end the inning. So a clean inning there. 3 up, 3 down. And Ula Iverson has found the groove. Crawdads up 5-0 against the Blues here in San Luis Obispo. Top of the 5th coming up. You are watching Crawdads baseball on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Top of the 5th inning. Going to be led off by the top of the order for the Crawdads. It'll be Jordan Thompson, then Tommy Rover, and Curran Ozawa Burns. Crawdads were just one more hit or base on balls away from batting around in that top of the 4th. Jared Hart still on the mound for the Blues. First pitch from Hart misses outside to Thompson. Thompson struck out in the first, flew out to start off the very eventful 4th inning. And Thompson gets a hold of this into the alley in left center. That gets down, bounces up against the wall, and Thompson will make it into second with a lead-off double here in the top of the fifth inning. So, I don't know what is in the water that Walnut Creek Crawdads have in the dugout, but keep drinking it because they are seeing the ball really well here. I mean, that was not the case early. The first three batters of the game, including Thompson, who was leading off, struck out. Then Hayden shot, he flew out. Then another two straight strikeouts between Werner and Mayshore, and all of a sudden it's like the Crawdads can't miss the ball. So nobody out. And Jordan Thompson on second, he will lead off the bag. And here's Tommy Rover. First pitch to Rover. Rover, a switch hitter against the left-handed Hart. Now takes his cuts from the right-handed stance. 0-1 pitch on the way. Over fouls this away, screamer. Good thing there's a net covering the dugout. That went straight towards the Blues. Count 0-2. Hart sets, has a signal from Shell, looks back at second. Here's the pitch. Rover swing and a miss on a pitch low and away. He's down on strikes. So the woes continue for Tommy Rover, who struck out, flown out, and struck out once again. So Kerno's out. Burns steps in with one away, and Jordan Thompson at second. Curran got the party started in the top of the fourth with two away with a double. First pitch to Ozawa Burns, misses outside, fastball. He doubled the left. It was right down the line. I mean, Tate Samuelson, who's at third for the Blues, maybe could have dove and blocked it, but it was a laser, so just all the credit in the world to Curran, who is lighting it up this summer for the Crawdads. 1-0 pitch is fouled away. Breaking ball there from Jared Hart. Ozawa Burns plays his college ball at West Valley College. He's a sophomore. He's from Sunnyvale. So this hot weather that everybody was talking about here, he's used to that. It gets very hot in Sunnyvale, and Jared Hart turned around, nothing doing there. No steal was on, but Jordan Thompson forced to retreat back to second base. Count will stay 1-1 with one out here in the top of the fifth. Crawdads now with 7 hits. Blues still hitless. 1-1 pitch. Runner fakes like he's going. Breaking ball in the outer half. Good pitch there from Hart. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Curran Ozawa Burns. Still no hits for the Blues, but they have a very potent lineup. So hard to believe that's going to be continuing here late. Swing and a miss there from Ozawa Burns. And he strikes out for the second time tonight. So after Hart gives up the lead-off double to Thompson, he has struck out Tommy Rover, and he has struck out Curran Ozawa Burns, 2 right-handed batters. So good job by the lefty Hart. And Hayden Schott, a lefty in his own right, will step in. He had one of the RBIs in the top of the fourth. First pitch to Schott is a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Hayden shot, bats lefty, throws right-handed. He plays his ball at Columbia. Seen some really smart guys in the CCL. Shot, hits this into left field on the ground, and a run will score for the Crawdads as Thompson makes it in all the way from second base, and an RBI single for Hayden Schott. So his last two hits in a row for Schott, have been RBIs. That ball just out of the reach of Ruben Mercado. Not a particularly hard hit ball, but, had eyes to it. Just able to evade the outstretched arm of Mercado, who's playing shortstop today for the Blues. Crawdads up 6-0. First pitch here to Trevor Werner outside. Shot at first base. 2 RBI night for him, and Trevor Werner has a chance to do the same. Hit an RBI double, or single rather. The top of the fourth, pitch to Werner, misses inside. And that is ball 2. Werner finds himself ahead 2-0. Looks over, gets the signals from manager Cummings. And the Blues are not used to being in this kind of hole, that is for sure. They dominated the Potters. It was a close game in the last game, and the runner goes, and there's no throw from the catcher's shell, and Hayden Schott steals second base clean with no throw attempt. So Hayden Schott has done a little bit of everything today. An RBI double, an RBI single, and now a stolen base. What's he trying to do, be player of the game? Pitch here, inside, called strike for the first strike of the at-bat to Werner. The count 3-1 with 2 outs, but a runner in scoring position, and this is what bit the Blues last inning, was not being able to get the third out until 5 runs had crossed the plate. 3-1 pitch, swing, fouled back into the netting. Count runs full 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Crawdads lead 6-0 here at Sinsheimer Park. Hart sets, delivers. Payoff pitch is knocked into right field. Right fielder Thomas has it, and that will end the inning. However, Crawdads are able to plate a run off of Hayden Schott's RBI single, and Thompson came around to score. So Crawdads lead 6-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. You are watching Crawdads baseball on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to San Luis Obispo. It'll be Tate Samuelson, Gianni Bloom, and Trinka Thomas to get things started for the Blues. And that ball hit into left field, makes it down just inside the foul line, and that is a stand-up double for Tate Samuelson. That is the Blues' first hit of the game. One pitch there, and he goes after it. And that gets the crowd going a little bit. So the first hit of the game for the Blues is a stand-up double for Samuelson. That'll bring on the DH, Gianni Bloom, who popped out in foul territory to Zach Tejero back in the second inning. The bottom of the fifth, a runner in scoring position. And the first pitch here to Bloom. It's called a strike, looks like. Iverson looks back, delivers. That ball misses in and low. Count even at 1-1. Bloom came into this game batting .667, tearing the cover off the ball. That was a very good eye as well. Walked 4 times coming into this contest. So 1-1 pitch to Bloom. And Ula fires, breaking ball outside, misses. And Samuelson doing a good job of kind of hopping back and forth. You know, maybe acting like he wants to steal. I doubt he will, but it is giving Iverson something to think about. Iverson looks back and delivers. 2-1 pitch, fouled away, straight into the backstop. Count even at 2-2. So it took until the bottom of the fifth inning for the Blues to record their first tally in the hit column. So a very good job by Ula Iverson and his battery mate, Mark Gallart, to keep this lineup at bay. 2-2 pitch is dropped, and the runner will advance. And it was almost as if Gallart just maybe forgot there was a runner on second or didn't realize it had just squirted past him. And Tate Samuelson is now at third base. So still no outs. Bottom of the fifth inning, and the Blues threatening. Payoff pitch here is popped way up and out of play off to the right side. That falls on the grass. And another souvenir, and looks like a man with a baby is the winner that time. I mean, a literal baby in his arms. He was able to scramble with the baby in possession, secured the baby, and was able to get the foul ball. Good for him. Be able to give that to his daughter when she's a little older. Payoff pitch once again, misses outside, and Iverson walks Gianni Bloom. So a leadoff double, then a pass ball, and now a walk. So runners at the corners for the Blues. And this is some trouble here for the Crawdads and pitcher Ula Iverson. So right fielder Thomas Trinka takes outside, ball one. Trinka grounded out in the second inning, 4-3. It was kind of a challenge for Tommy Rover. 1-0 pitch, fouled back near the broadcast booth. And count 1-1. That was a play in the second where Rover, I believe, so it was kind of a tough hop. He had trouble with the exchange from the glove to the throwing arm. He pitched it over to first, over to Zach Tejero for the out, but that was a little shaky in the early going for the Crawdads. Swing and a miss there. Good pitch from Iverson. Foul tipped into Mark Gallart's glove. Just a little bit of contact off the end of the bat of Thomas Trinka. 1-2 count, runners at the corners. Pitch to Trinka misses high. Count even 2-2, still nobody out. Samuelson at third and Gianni Bloom at first. Both runners get small leads. And Iverson's going to have to make a pitch. 2-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball up high. Trinka frustrated with himself as he went chasing, and that is the first out in the bottom of the fifth. That'll bring up the shortstop, Ruben Mercado, the player at San Jose State. He grounded out 6-3 in the third. Iverson has his sign. And the first pitch showing bunt is Mercado. And they're going to say he pulled it back in time, so ball one. We'll see if the bunt sign stays on. Kind of interesting with runners at the corners. But maybe just manager Bob Miller wants to break through and get a run on the board. But you have a chance for more, and there's only one out with runners at the corner. Bunt sign is still on. Third baseman Werner fields it, throws over to first for one out. But a run does score as Samuelson crosses home plate for the first run of the night for the Blues, and their first run at home, as this is their home debut this year. And the score 6-1. But a good job by Werner, not being greedy, not throwing home, and instead taking the out at first, just the way they teach you. So sack bunt for Ruben Mercado. And the RBI. And it looks like Gallard is going to have a conversation with the pitcher, Ulla Iverson. That was Ruben Mercado's third RBI of the season. And the lineup card turns over as Connor Kosteka, who led the game off, will have another opportunity against Iverson, his third appearance of the night at the dish. Walked in the first, struck out in the third. First pitch to Kosteka is called strike, the outer half of the plate. Kosteka, with one RBI this season, has an opportunity to collect another. With two away, a runner on second, though. 0-1 pitch is popped up, foul, and the count 0-2. Connor Kosteka in an 0-2 hole with two away. And Gianni Bloom standing at second base. Game is kind of settled down. Both teams now have a run in the fifth inning. Six to 1 here in the bottom of the fifth. Pitch swung on and miss. Strikeout for Ulla Iverson as Kosteka strikes out for the second consecutive time. So the Blues able to pick up one run, one hit in the inning. And the run came way of a sacrifice bunt by Ruben Mercado. And the top of the sixth coming at you in just moments. Crawdads lead 6-1 here at Sinsheimer Park. You are watching Crawdads Baseball on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to San Luis Obispo. New pitcher inserted for the Blues. Jared Hart able to go 1 1/3 inning. Gave up a few runs. Gave up 1 run, rather. Gave up 4 hits. So the new pitcher will be Ryan Ward. Plays his college ball at the University of Texas San Antonio, the Roadrunners. And the first man he will face is the DH Dalton Mayshore. First pitch to Mayshore, big cut and missed. Good fastball there from Ryan Ward. Ryan Ward, a 6'2 freshman, throws from the right side. He was a 3-year letter winner at Clemens High School. 0-1 pitch. Mayshore fouls this right near the hands, fouls this off to the right side, way out of play. And count 0-2. Walnut Creek ahead 6-1 here in the top of the 6th. Mayshore had an RBI double, part of that huge 2-out RBI parade back in the top of the 4th. Watch out there, Mayshore, as he ducks out of the way. Ball 1, that was a high pitch, high and inside, up near the helmet. So a little bit off target there from Ryan Ward. Ward looks in, sets, and delivers. Big swing and a miss, and Dalton Mayshore is retired in 4 pitches. Mayshore walks back to the dugout, as that is his second strikeout of the day. Good job of Ryan Ward getting his first strikeout in his first opportunity on the mound. And that'll bring up Mark Gallart, who reached on an error in third. Swing and a miss from Gallard on the first pitch. Down 0-1. No balls, one strike. One away here. The top of the sixth in a 6-1 ball game that the Crawdads lead over the Blues. So it's actually in the second he reached on an error, and he had an RBI double in the fourth. We're going to say that a lot tonight. A lot of guys had RBI doubles in the fourth. Second pitch here to Gallard, misses inside. Count runs even, 1-1. Pitch to Gallard is high and away, taken. Ball two, count 2-1. Gallard, the redshirt junior, played his high school ball over at Monroe Catholic from Hayward, California. So he's playing his summer ball not too far away as the Crawdads play in Moraga. And, of course, he goes to college at St. Mary's. 2-1 pitch, misses inside. Count 3-1. Gallard in the driver's seat. Ward sets and delivers. Good comeback pitch there to even check that to run things full by Ward. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And one away. Crowd getting a little antsy here, trying to cheer their Blues on. Payoff pitch. And that is a fastball in there for strike 3. Gallard shaking his head, thought it was ball 4, but instead he punches out. Back-to-back strikeouts here for pitcher Ryan Ward, who is looking to finish his first inning of work. 1, 2, 3. And here comes Zach Tahiro, who's playing first base tonight. One of those rare batters who doesn't wear gloves. Mostly everybody wears gloves nowadays, but not Tahiro, just the wristband on the left wrist. And he's ahead 1-0 with 2 away. Second pitch, swung on, missed. Big swing there from Tahiro. He was swinging for the fences. Trying to pad the lead a little bit. 5-run ball game. Why not make it 6? Was his attitude on that swing. Count even at 1-1. 2 outs. 1-1 pitch swung on, maybe foul tipped into the glove of Shell. Count 1-2. And Ward looking to strike out the side. One-two pitch to Tahiro, misses high and outside over the glove of Austin Shell. The count evens at 2-2. To Tahiro, who had the last of those RBIs in the top of the fourth. And Tahiro calls for time. It's granted. And points at something, and a little conversation here with the home plate umpire. And Tahiro will step back into the batter's box. Righty-lefty matchup. 2-2 pitch, and Tahiro strikes out looking as that pitch was right on the outside black, so Ward strikes out the side in his first inning of work. Mayshore, Gallard, and Tahiro all down via the punch-out. The game stays 6-1 Crawdads over the Blues, and the bottom of the 6th inning coming up when we return. You are watching Crawdads baseball here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Bottom of the 6th. Right here, as the Crawdads lead 6-1 over the Blues. New pitcher for the Crawdads is Jace Root, lefty. His first pitch to Austin Shell is fouled away. Shell down 0-1. Willa Iverson, tonight's starter for the Crawdads, ends up throwing 5 innings. Gave up 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, did have 5 strikeouts. Second pitch here to Shell, misses outside, count even at 1-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Shell struck out back in the first, and in the third grounded out 4-3. Shell swings, fouls this, past the Blues bullpen. That lands out of play. Count 1-2 to Austin Shell, who's playing catcher tonight for the Blues. 1-2 pitch. Shell laces this into center field, and that's going to get down for the single as Jordan Thompson in center field decided better of going head first for the ball into a dive, as if he does that and misses it, Shell, even though he's a catcher, will probably end up on third base. So Shell starts the bottom of the 6th off with a leadoff single, and here comes Ryan Cermak, who has flown out twice tonight. First pitch to Cermak. It's a fastball inside from Root for strike 1. Jace Root, a freshman at San Joaquin Delta Valley College. Boy, that's a mouthful. That's like SJDC, I believe. And this ball taken out to left field. Going back on it is Schott. Schott leaps at the wall. They're able to get a glove on it, so the ball does not leave the park. But a stand-up double for Ryan Cermak, and Austin Shell is in at third base. That just shows you the power of this San Luis Obispo lineup. So a leadoff single, and now a double for Ryan Cermak, who has his first hit of the night. So early trouble here for Jace Root in his first frame of work for the Crawdads. 2 runners in scoring position, and here comes Trey Clarkson. First pitch to Clarkson, called strike down the heart of the plate. Don't want to leave too many pitches there, Jace. Root gets his sign from catcher Mark Allard. 0-1-2 Clarkson. Clarkson ropes this into center field, down for a hit. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and Clarkson has 2 RBIs on a single. And the score now 6-3. So the inning started off, the bottom of the inning rather, started off 6-1, and now that lead, instead of 5, is down to 3 runs. After Trey Clarkson brings both men home. And stepping up to the plate will be Mason Grotto, who has struck out tonight back in the 4th and flew out to right in the first inning. Now a conversation on the mound between pitcher Jace Root, catcher Mark Allard, and coach Rob Selna. Now 6-3, bottom of the 6th. Mason Grotto at bat. Trey Clarkson, the runner at first, still nobody out. First pitch from Root is lined into center. Thompson going back on it. It gets down at the wall, and looks like San Luis Obispo will have 2 more runners in scoring position. Good job getting the ball back in by Thompson. But another double here. So 2 doubles in the inning for San Luis Obispo, and their bats all of a sudden have come to life in the bottom of the 6th. Here comes Tate Samuelson. And just what the Crawdads don't want to hear, in his last at-bat in the 5th, he had a double. And it looks like Jace Root's day is over as Brant Cummings taking a slow walk out to the mound, trying to give his next reliever as much time as possible. And just nothing went right there for Root, was not able to record it out. Gives up 2 runs, and he'll be on the hook for 2 more if they do indeed come around to score. So we'll see who the new pitcher is for the Crawdads when we come back. You are watching Crawdads baseball. Still lead at 6-3, but in some trouble with 2 runners in scoring position in the bottom of the 6th. And welcome back to Sinsheimer Park. Jace Root's short outing is over. The new pitcher for the Crawdads is Matthew Linsky, freshman at Rice. He is a tall drink of water, 6'7", the right-hander, and pretty beefy guy as well at 245. I mean, that is a grown man for a freshman. And he comes into a very tough situation, inheriting 2 runners in scoring position. Grotto Mason at second and Trey Clarkson at third. And his first task will be dealing with Tate Samuelson, who doubled to left in the 5th. 6-3 Crawdads, first pitch to Samuelson is a fastball that misses low. Perhaps a little bit outside for ball 1. Still nobody out, so really dangerous here for the Crawdads in a game that was 6-1. And this has been a little bit of a trend sometimes for the Crawdads. 1-0 pitch, check swing. And appeal over to the other umpire, says no swing. So interesting, even though this is a game between 2 CCL teams, there are only 2 umpires tonight. In division play, however, there are usually 3. Count 2-0 to Tate Samuelson. Samuelson fouls this back into the netting. And Linsky able to record his first strike of the inning. So after a really efficient, good start by Ula Iverson, Jace Root had major problems. And Linsky is going to try to clean things up. 2-1 pitch from Linsky, fastball high and misses. Count 3-1. Linsky at risk of walking Samuelson and loading the bases. Waiting on deck is the DH, Gianni Bloom. Linsky has his sign, sets, and fires. 3-1 pitch is fouled. to the right side. Just a little late on that swing was Samuelson, but he is seeing the ball well as he hit that very hard, just about a tick late. Count full, 3-2. Nobody out. 2 runners in scoring position. Here in a nightmarish bottom of the 6th for the Crawdads. Ball loop to short. Esparza has it. Throws over to first for the first out of the inning. A run does come home to score, however, as Trey Clarkson hits home plate. And now it is a 2-run ball game as the Crawdads lead 6-4. The Blues clawing their ways back in as the sun starts to go down. The lights start to come on here at Sinsheimer Field. And as the lights are coming on, the Blues bats are turning on. Oh, Gianni Bloom, the DH, and time is called. 1 away. Mason still at second after the sacrificed RBI. 6-3, ground ball. First pitch, called a strike to Gianni Bloom. That scored a 6-3 RBI. But a good job by Linsky coming in with 2 runners in scoring position and at least getting 1 out. Second pitch here, misses low. Gillard able to make sure it doesn't get past him. Count 1-1. 1 out, bottom of the 6th in a 6-4 game. And the Blues have put up 3 in this half inning. Linsky fires, runner moves, hit and run is on. This ball deep into left center. Thompson going back at the warning track, makes the catch. And Grotto, instead of coming around third and then scoring it home, instead jogs back to second. A very loud out, number 2, off the bat of Gianni Bloom. And here comes Thomas Trinka, who struck out in the 5th inning. A really good job by the young man, Matthew Linsky, trying to keep this game in the hands of the Crawdads. First pitch from Linsky to Trinka, swung on a miss on a high fastball. Trinka chased in his last at-bat, and he actually struck out on a high fastball, if memory serves correct. Although I've been driving all day, so I wouldn't trust me. I'm just kidding. I have it written down in the notes. 0-1 pitch, 2 away. 0-1 pitch is inside but low for ball 1. Count 1-1, 2 outs. And Mason Grotto still at second, gets his lead. Linsky fires. Fastball inside, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The bottom of the 6th in a 6-4 games that the Crawdads still lead. And this inning really has threatened to get away from the Crawdads, but Linsky able to come in and put the fire out, it looks like so far. Swing and a miss, and Linsky does put the fire out indeed as he strikes out Trinka. The Blues able to score 3 runs, but it could have been a whole heck of a lot more. And the Crawdads still lead 6-4, top of the 7th. Coming up next, you are watching Walnut Creek Crawdad Baseball on the Crawdad Streaming Network. Top of the 7th. About to be started by Sammy Esparza, the shortstop, who has struck out twice tonight, once in the second, once in the fourth. Ryan Ward will stay in the game on the mound for the Blues. To get you caught up here, if you're just joining us now, it's a 6-4 lead for the Crawdads. It was 6-1 after the Crawdads put up 5 runs in the top of the 4th, and then 1 in the top of the 5th. First pitch to Esparza called strike. Blues were able to tally a run in the bottom of the 5th, and then a real long bottom of the 6th inning, which they were able to plate 3 runs. Second pitch nearly hits Esparza. Count 1-1. They were able to score 3 runs. A couple of doubles. Run was scored on a 6-3 play. So productive outs. This ball, dribbler over to second base, and Esparza is retired. Good range shown there by Connor Costeca, who's the leadoff hitter in tonight's game for the Blues. So that'll bring up Jordan Thompson, who did a spectacular job of tracking down a very hard hit Gianni Bloom ball into left center that nearly got down had it not been for the speed of Thompson. First pitch to Thompson is low, ball 1. Count 1-0 with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Crawdads have 8 hits and the 6 runs to go with it. Second pitch is the inner half for strike 1, count even, to Thompson. Thompson doubled to left in the 5th. That was his last at bat, and has struck out once tonight to lead off the game for the Crawdads. 1-1 pitch, swung on, missed. Good pitch there from Ward in the outer half. A little bit of cut to that fastball there. Count 1-2 to Thompson. Thompson waving the bat in the right-handed stance, and the 1-2 pitch inside. Thompson leans out of the way. Count even, 2-2. Haven't been too many walks tonight. Just the 2 by Ula Iverson, who started the game for the Crawdads. No hit pitchers. And 2-2 pitch is a broken bat. Dribbler over to third. And unfortunately for Tate Samuelson, he could not get the ball out of the glove. And that'll be an infield single for the speedy Jordan Thompson. Got to take hits however you can get them. Actually, 2 walks issued by Ula Iverson, and I believe 1 by Jace Root. That'll bring up Tommy Rover. Rover has struck out twice tonight. Still does not have a hit to his name. Rover shows bunt. It's popped up. Samuelson has a play on it. Goes into a slide, but does not make the catch. And Rover makes it into first. Ball gets away from the second baseman, Kostaka, on the throw to second to try to get Thompson out. And comedy of errors there for the San Luis Obispo Blues. So a pop-up bunt that Samuelson cannot catch. And then a throw over to the covering second baseman at second base, Kostaka, that gets by him. And now it's runners on the corners as Rover makes it in on a bunt single, maybe an error. That was a tough play to make there for Samuelson. He had to go into a slide to make it, so maybe not an error on him, but definitely an error on Kostaka, who was not able to field the ball at second. So runners on the corners, 1 away. And here is Kurnozawa Burns. Pickoff move over to first. Rover slides back in safely. Ozawa Burns doubled to left with 2 away in the top of the 4th. And Ozawa Burns lines this into left field. That will score 1. Thompson comes around, and Rover will stop at third. Ozawa Burns with an RBI double. So 7-4 now for the Walnut Creek Crawdads over the San Luis Obispo Blues. Crawdads bats have gone a little bit quiet in the 6th. But they are back again here in the 7th. And Ryan Ward having a conversation with his catcher, Austin Shell. Gonna talk strategy, talk shop, see what they need to do to get Hayden Schott out. Schott has a stolen base tonight, an RBI double and an RBI single. The RBI single was in the 5th inning, and the RBI double in the 4th. 2 runners in scoring position here, 1 away. First pitch to Schott is a called strike. Good fastball there from Ward. Good pitch to come back from after giving up the double to Curran Ozawa Burns. Second pitch, 0-1 pitch, is outside. Count 1-1. Rover pacing back and forth over at third base. Ozawa Burns gets a small lead off of second. And here's the 1-1 pitch to Schott. Schott, this is fouled off the end of the bat. And the count advances to 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 away in the top of the 7th. Some really good resilience being shown here by the Crawdads, not only in the batter's box after Uncle Mo kind of went over to the other side with a 3-run 6th inning for the Blues. Swing and a miss in the dirt, and Shell will throw over to first. Schott is retired. And Trevor Werner will have an opportunity here with 2 away. He has a hit tonight, an RBI single in the 4th inning. He has struck out as well and flown out to right. Trevor Werner just looking to make contact, find a gap, find a hole, and bring some insurance runs home for Walnut Creek. First pitch to Werner misses low and away for ball 1. Ward has his sign, pauses, and delivers. That one a good pitch on the outer half. As the count even, 1-1. Crawdads now with double-digit hits, 11 of them. Warner takes inside. A hard fastball from Ward. Count 2-1, 2 outs. And Rover just saying, bring me home, Werner, bring me home. 2-1 pitch to Werner. Werner, hard ground ball over to third base, knocked down by Samuelson, but Rover will score, and that's another infield single for the Crawdads. Lead extends to 8-4 off the Werner RBI. That's an example there of hard hit balls. That's why you want to hit the ball very hard. Even if it is right at one of the infielders, there's still a chance that there's so much heat on it that they might not be able to field it and record the out. So runners at the corners, 2 away. And here is the DH, Dalton Mayshore, who has an RBI tonight. First pitch to Mayshore, misses high, gets away from the catcher, Austin Shell. That's a wild pitch. And another run comes home to score as Ozawa Burns slides in head first. And Trevor Werner runs into second. That's got to be a wild pitch there on Ryan Ward. And the Crawdads lead by 5 once again. So they led by 5 earlier. It was 6-1. Now it is 9-4. And things just not going the Blues' way tonight. Multiple errors, wild pitch. And Mayshore nearly hit by the 1-0 pitch, count 2-0. Ward about to fire the 2-0 pitch. Throws back to second, pickoff move. Tag is not in time, but boy, was that a good pickoff move from Ryan Ward. Almost caught Trevor Werner sleeping out there at second. Count still 2-0 to Dalton Mayshore. Dancing going on back there at second base. 2-0 pitch, Mayshore takes. Thought about swinging, but did not offer, and the count runs 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. The top of the 7th inning, in which the Crawdads have hung 3 on the board. Crooked numbers, that's what Brant Cummings wants to see. 3-0 pitch, and that is called a strike on the very outside corner. Count 3-1. Been a rough inning for Tate Samuelson. There was the bunt that he could not make the play on, went into a slide, and then that hard hit ball at him just moments ago by Werner. That pitch fouled away. Count 3-2 to Mayshore. Ryan Ward will be hunting for the strikeout, try to get out of this half inning and keep the Blues within striking distance, as the Crawdads lead 9-4 in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch, misses inside, and that is ball 4. And Werner will steal third on the dropped ball as well. Good heads-up base running by Trevor Werner. And the Crawdads seems like they have had runners at the corners all inning. Dalton Mayshore able to draw the walk. And here comes Mark Gallart, the catcher. This will be the 7th man that the Crawdads have sent to the plate. In the top of the 7th. First pitch to Gallart, misses outside, but a throw over to first in time. As Mayshore, a little greedy there, trying to run towards second, then thought better of it, tried to get back to first, and he got caught in no man's land, and he is out. Devon Golden, the first base coach for the Walnut Creek Crawdads, telling him, hey, man, no need for that. There's 2 outs, and we've been having some good rallies. But that will end the inning. Good strong throw there by catcher Austin Shell. Crawdads able to score 3 runs in that top of the 7th on 4 hits. And one of them was a bunt single. The other was an infield single. So 2 infield singles and a bunt single. So 3 hits in the infield for the Crawdads. Crawdads lead 9-4 heading into the bottom of the 7th. You are watching Crawdads baseball on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to a 9-4 ball game, bottom of the 7th. Crawdads lead it after scoring 3 runs in the top of the 7th. And Costello is pinch hitting for Ruben Mercado, so Mercado's day is done. First pitch to Costello in there for strike 1. Nick Costello, listed as an outfielder on the Blues roster. The sophomore at UCSD. Second pitch to Costello is ball 1, so count 1-1. To the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th. Nick Costello from Pleasanton. That pitch high and inside. Ball 2. Played his high school ball at Dublin High. So he probably knows the good food spots in Dublin. Places like Los Pericos. Very good burritos and tacos. Pitch high and outside. Hard fastball from Matthew Linsky. And count 3-1. Costello in the driver's seat. All the leverage on Costello's side here. 3-1 pitch on the way. Costello lets it go by high, and he draws the walk. So the kid out of Dublin, coming off the bench, able to get on base in his first appearance of the night. And Gallart will walk out to have some words with his pitcher, Matthew Linsky. The lineup card will turn over, and it'll be Connor Costeca. Had a real tough time at the plate tonight. Did walk in the first, but has those 2 strikeouts in the 3rd and the 5th. But he does have the lefty-righty, the opposite-handed advantage going for him right here. Fastball high, gets away from catcher Gallart, and Costello makes it into second. Gallart did get a glove on it, but wasn't able to control the ball. A pass ball there. And a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Costello gets his lead off of second. Here's the pitch. Bunt shown. And they're going to say he did not pull the bat away fast enough, so that's the first strike on Connor Costeca. And we'll see if the bunt sign holds here for the Blues. Linsky sets, looks back to second, and the 1-1 pitch. Bunt sign is off. That's a fastball inside for ball 2. Count 2-1 with nobody out. Crawdads leading 9-4. Bottom of the 7th. Cool breeze starting to blow in here to Sinsheimer Park. 2-1 pitch is fouled away off to the left side, out of play. Count even at 2-2. Wind still gusting out to left field. But the temperature has dropped. It's right around 70. And the 2-2 pitch. 2-2 pitch is hit off the inside of the bat near the handle, and that does not get down as Esparza is able to track it. Him and Rover were both looking up in the lights for it, and Esparza was able to make the play on it just behind second base in shallow, very shallow center field. So Costeca, not a day to write home about. He pops out. Sammy Esparza. Here comes Austin Shell, the catcher. Singled to center in the 6th, struck out in the 1st, and grounded out in the 3rd. Costello still at second base, and maybe some crossed wires here, some missed signals between pitcher and catcher. So Gallart takes the jog out, conversing with Matthew Linsky. And whatever the issue is sorted out. And we'll get back underway. The bottom of the 7th. Shell waiting to see his first pitch in this frame. First pitch to Shell is a fastball that he hits off the end of the bat. Out of play, straight back. That'll be strike 1 to Austin Shell. Waiting on deck is the dangerous Ryan Cermak. Cermak entered this contest batting .353 with 3 RBIs. Does have a double tonight. Pitch swung on and missed. Count 0-2 to Austin Shell with 1 away and a runner in scoring position at second base, and that is Nick Costello. Pitching has been really good for the Crawdads tonight, only allowing 4 runs, and they're trying to keep it up. This pitch misses outside. Count 1-2 to Austin Shell. Iverson was able to go to 5. Jace Root did get into hot water. He was not able to record an out. But Matthew Linsky has come in and calmed things back down. This ball fouled to the right side, way out of play. That will land outside the confines of Sinsheimer Ballpark. Count holds at 1-2. Still 1 out. The bottom of the 7th. Blues looking to break through, get closer in a 5-run ball game. Pickoff move over to second, and that was interesting. It almost looked like Linsky had come set, but he got away with that. Hadn't fully paused. And Esparza may have not been ready for that, as he came over and had a few words with the young pitcher. Count 1-2 with 1 away to Austin Shell. 1-2 pitch, swung on, big fastball, and a swing and a miss from Austin Shell. And he sits down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 away here for Ryan Cermak, who does have a double in the 6th inning, and he has hit the ball hard in all 3 of his at-bats. Just flew out in the first 2 to center and to right field. First pitch to Cermak is high and inside. That's a close shave there, up near the whiskers. And Cermak has to move out of the way. 1-0. Maybe Linsky telling him, take a few steps off the plate, my friend. 1-0 pitch to Cermak is a fastball in there, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. With Costello at risk of being stranded on second base. 1-1 pitch, swung on, missed, high and away. And Cermak, his eyes lit up on that high fastball, could not connect. Count 1-2. Here is the 1-2 delivery from Linsky. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. Linsky able to get the punch out against Ryan Cermak, and the inning is over. Crawdads lead it 9-4, and Costello stranded at second. So a 5-run lead heading into the top of the 8th. Crawdads ahead 9-4. You are watching Crawdads Baseball on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Top of the 8th. Coming up here, new pitcher for the San Luis Obispo Blues is Daniel Barrera, number 31, the right-hander. Ryan Ward able to go 2 innings, gives up 4 hits, 1 run. It is earned. Does record 4 strikeouts. So he was very productive in his 2 innings. But this is the 4th pitcher of the night for the Blues. Remember, Caden Sheedy started off the game, but he only went 3 2/3 innings. But boy, did he have some good strikeout stuff working early. The top of the 8th is going to be led off by Mark Gallart, who was not able to get his at-bat going. In the 7th, he was in the box, but Dalton Mayshore was thrown out at first on a pickoff attempt. First pitch to Gallart, misses high and outside. So that's the first pitch for Daniel Barrera tonight, and it's a fastball. Count 1-0 to Gallart. Crawdads leading 9-4 in the 8th inning. Second pitch, swung at and popped up into foul territory, out of play. And another souvenir. Boy, I was talking to some of the staff here at Sinsheimer Park who work for the Blues. They've all been fantastic, especially the statistician, Max. He's been wonderful. Pitch there is a strike, count even 1-1. But they were talking about how many foul balls land here in this lawn area that is right before the seats. And that's got to be 7 or 8, and that's just the ones that the fans can go get. This ball flared into center. Center fielder moving back on it. Cermak has it for the first out. And Gallart flies out to center field to start off the top of the 8th inning. So Zach Tejero will get his 4th plate appearance of the night. Struck out in the 6th and had the last of those RBIs in the 4th. That was that 5-run top of the 4th for the Crawdads that got them going. First pitch to Tejero, misses high for ball 1 with 1 away. 1-0 pitch is low, fastball low. 2-0 to Tejero. Barrera getting his sign. 2-0 pitch. Misses low and perhaps a bit outside as well. Count 3-0. And Barrera, after getting a fly out against the first man he faced, is at risk of walking Tejero. 3-0 pitch misses high, and that is a base on balls. So Tejero, take your base. And here comes the 9-hitter, Sammy Esparza. Conversation here on the mound between Austin Schell and Caden Sheedy. This is the second team from the Northern Division that the Blues have played. They played their first 3 games of the season. It doesn't count for their conference record, but they played their first 3 against the Potters. Pitch grounded over to short. Mercado has it over to 2 for the first out and over to first base. Not in time, so the double play avoided. But there are 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Sammy Esparza hits into the fielder's choice. And he will now be at first base. And here comes the top of the order here, Jordan Thompson. First pitch to Thompson is a fastball way outside, and Esparza will slide back in. He was thinking maybe another wild pitch or a pass ball, have a chance to advance. But a good job by Schell getting in front of it. 2 away. Top of the 8th inning. Crawdads lead 9-4. And the runner takes off. Esparza will make it in. No, he will not. They say the throw is in time. I'm not sure how that tag was applied. But it is applied nonetheless. A great throw by Austin Shell. Some real velocity on it. And that ends the top of the 8th. Crawdads still lead 9-4, bottom of the 8th. When we return, you are watching Crawdads Baseball on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Clarkson will lead off the bottom of the 8th. Linsky still out there for the Crawdads. First pitch to Clarkson on the outer half for strike 1. Crawdads lead 9-4 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. On deck is Mason Grotto. 0-1 pitch misses high from Linsky. No substitutions other than on the mound for the Crawdads. One has been made for the Blues. That is Costello, who pinch hit for Mercado and is now playing shortstop. That pitch misses outside. Count 2-1 to Trey Clarkson. Clarkson had a 2 RBI single in the 6th. And looks like Linsky steps off and wants to go back through the signs again, waving his hand in a circle motion as he gets ready to deal the 2-1 pitch. Here it is. And misses high and inside. Count is 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Trey Clarkson. Crawdads trying to secure the win here, and if they do, I believe Ula Iverson will be the pitcher of record. He will be the winner. 3-1 pitch, fastball over the heart of the plate, and that will make the count full at 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way. Linsky sets and fires. Pitch misses high, and that is ball 4 to Trey Clarkson, who is let off easy and given the free pass down to first base. So here is Mason Grotto, who doubled to left center in the 6th inning. He has struck out tonight, but he is a very dangerous hitter. And with a runner on base, that just adds to the damage he can do. First pitch to Grotto is chopped back to the pitcher, and it looks like 1 out will be recorded as Linsky gets it over to the covering shortstop. Esparza for the first out. Thought Linsky had a chance for two. He couldn't catch the ball cleanly off the hop on the pitcher's mound. But it is a fielder's choice, so Grotto will be at first. And the walk to Clarkson will not come back. Taught Linsky. At least not yet. That will be a 1-6 fielder's choice. And here is Tate Samuelson, the third baseman. First pitch to Samuelson, and looks like Gallart throws back over to first. Gets away from Tejero, the first baseman tonight. We've seen Hayden Schott play first base this season for the Crawdads. We've seen Zach Griffin, who usually catches. He's had a few days where he's played first base, and tonight Zach Tejero is getting the opportunity. A 1-0 count to Samuelson with one away and one runner aboard. 1-0 pitch. Misses inside, and that hits Samuelson. Samuelson has a look over at Linsky. Linsky, wasn't trying to beat him. And a runner in scoring position in the bottom of the eighth, where the Crawdads lead 9-4 after the hit batsman. Well, that is the first hit batter by a Crawdads pitcher tonight. And that's probably not the pitcher you want to get hit by, as Linsky throws pretty mean fastball. And that was not a breaking ball that missed inside. Here comes the DH, Gianni Bloom. Flew out in the sixth to center. But he has a runner in scoring position. First pitch to Bloom is a fastball, strike one. No balls, one strike, and one out. With Mason Grotto at second and Tate Samuelson at first. Grotto gets his lead. Linsky looks in. And the second pitch misses outside. Aiming for that outside corner, trying to go high and away to Gianni Bloom. To no avail, count even at 1-1 with one out. Third pitch to Bloom coming your way. Bloom cut on and missed on a good pitch from Linsky. Count 1-2. And Linsky looking to get out of a little trouble, not having to walk the tightrope quite yet, but he'd like to make sure no one gets on third. The runner from second goes to third, and a dropped ball there from Gallart. They're going to call it foul tip, actually. So it's a foul tip that is caught. And is that going to be a foul tip caught for the out? Gianni's still standing. Gianni Bloom, that is, still standing around the batter's box. Wondering if he's out. If he is, Mason Grotto will be at third as he took off on the drop third strike or foul tip. So, I mean, if it was a foul tip, try to see what the explanation is here. So Mason Grotto looks like he's staying at third base. And indeed, it was a foul tip into the glove. Then maybe dropped by Gallart trying to throw over to third. And Bloom is retired on strikes, but runners at the corners in the bottom of the eighth with two outs as Trinka steps in. First pitch to Trinka misses low and outside for ball one. Mason Grotto at third base. Samuelson at first. Second pitch here to Trinka. Misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs. The bottom of the 8th, where the Crawdads lead 9-4. Offense has been there for the Crawdads. 2-0 pitch. Good for strike 1. Count 2-1. Pitch fouled back, and that's actually not Trinka. So I didn't hear the substitution, but that is actually Ryan Fenn, who's local to San Luis Obispo as far as college goes. He plays college ball at Cuesta College, which is the JC here. He's from El Cajon, California. Count 2-2 to Fenn. Fenn fouls this off to the right side, just past the dugout of the Blues. That's the second pinch hitter of the night for the Blues, Costello being the other, both the bottom of the batting order. First it was the 9-hitter, Mercado, who got pinch hit for, and now it's the 8-hitter, Trinka, who does. 2-2 pitch to Fenn. Fenn chops this foul over near the first base line. Count will stay at 2-2 with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Linsky looking to record the final out. 2-2 to Fenn is a breaking ball that misses high. It looks like Linsky just wasn't able to get on top of it. And the count is full to the pinch hitter, Ryan Fenn. Payoff pitch to Fenn is over on the ground to Rover. Rover will throw it to first, and no runs are scored. 2 men are stranded for the Blues, and the lead holds at 9-4 as the top of the 9th inning is coming up shortly. Crawdads still ahead, 9-4. You are watching Crawdad Baseball on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back, top of the 9th. Jordan Thompson leading off It'll be Thompson, Rover, and Colonel Ozawa Burns. New pitcher for the San Luis Obispo Blues is Zach McCleve. Daniel Barrera's outing is finished. And there's some changes to the defensive alignment for the Blues. First pitch to Thompson, misses inside for ball one. So in center is still Cermak, but out and right instead of Trinka, who was pinch hit for with Ryan Fenn, it'll be Nick Costello. Kosteka is over at shortstop. He moved from second to short. This ball will get down. Check that. No, it won't. It looked like shortstop, the new shortstop, Kosteka, paused for a minute, kind of hung there, and then he decided to just reach his glove down near his knees and record the first out. He could have been a little more aggressive fielding that. So Jordan Thompson is out. And here is Seth Dardar, who is pinch hitting for Tommy Rover. First pitch to Dardar, misses outside, ball one. But Kosteka, who was playing second base, is now at shortstop, and Ryan Fenn is at second. Glad we got that out of the way. Second pitch to Dardar, called strike on the outer half. Count 1-1. McLeave has his sign and delivers. Check swing from Dardar. They say he broke the plane. There's strike two. Count 1-2. McLeave, kind of a sidearm, three-quarters delivery. Plays his ball Utah. 1-2 pitch. Misses outside. Count 2-2. 6'4" redshirt sophomore over at Utah. So Pac-12 being represented on the mound. 2-2 pitch with one out in the top of the ninth. Here it is. Pitch misses outside. A little bit of cut to that one. Count runs full, 3-2 to the pinch hitter, Seth Dardar. Payoff pitch to Dardar. Let's see what happens. Misses, low and outside. Dardar will draw the walk. Here comes Curran Ozawa Burns. There's a double to left and an RBI double in the seventh. So the double to left was in the fourth, and then the RBI double in the seventh. And two strikeouts, so he's 2 for 4. Dardar gets his lead off first. First pitch to Ozawa Burns. Down the pipe for strike one. Great way to start off the Southern. Count 2-0. Still trying to fix these internet problems. I apologize. Looks like we have the green light here for a good connection. First strike. Crawdads lead 9-4 in the bottom of the ninth. Big swing and a miss from Costello, as Linsky is still going strong. So Linsky came in after Jace Root could not get a single out. And after Ula Iverson pitched 5 innings, 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed, and Costello is retired via the strikeout. After Jace Root came in, did not get an out. Ula Iverson pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run. Matthew Linsky has been able to come in, put the fire out that Jace Root left him with. There were multiple runners in scoring position, and Linsky is going to look to finish his night tonight with 4 innings pitched. First pitch to Kosteka, misses, low and away. And I believe because the lead was 1-0 pitch is hit off the end of the bat, poked into left, and The left fielder cannot get there to make the catch as shot went into a dive. That'll be a stand-up double for Kosteka. But I believe Linsky will be in line for a save if the Crawdads are able to hold on to the victory here. As when he came in, it was 6-3. And he has gone more than one inning. Here is the catcher, Austin Shell, with Kosteka in scoring position, getting a lead off of second. First pitch to Shell, misses low and away, ball one. Shell has struck out twice tonight, does have a single to center. He's 1 for 4. Linsky looking to wrap things up. Fastball misses, low in the dirt, count 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 retired in the bottom of the ninth. Just need 2 more outs, does Linsky, for the Crawdad victory. 2-0 pitch from Linsky is chopped foul, probably off the plate. Count 2-1. I want to correct myself for something I said earlier. I think I called college in Illinois Wabash. I was informed by someone who's very wise, much wiser than me. It's actually my father that it's pronounced Wabash. So I will have to get him something really nice for Father's Day for helping me out with that tip via my text line, my personal text line. 2-0 to Shell, 2-1. It's a foul ball. The runner was moving. So 2-0 turns to 2-1. Pitch count is still down, and I do not have a clicker. If I did, I'm sure that both Linsky and Iverson have combined for over 100 pitches each. Ball 3 high, full count, 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way from Linsky. Runner goes, swing and a miss, and runner will advance into third. So Kosteka makes it into third, but a strikeout for Linsky. That is Shell's third strikeout of the evening, and here is Ryan Cermak. Blues down to their last bullet, and they will try to keep this at 2 outs as long as they possibly can. They do have a runner at third. It looks like Brant Cummings is coming out to talk to his pitcher, Linsky. And maybe Linsky is just at the end of his rope. He's thrown quite a few pitches. In fact, Linsky has thrown 66. And it'll be, looks like Ty Atkins is coming out in relief of Linsky. And that is correct. It will be the lefty from Hawaii. It will be Ty Atkins. Saw Ty Atkins in action against the Santa Rosa A's back on the 13th. So he will be called upon to record the third and final out of the bottom of the ninth and the final out of this contest. So Ty Atkins will all be on his shoulder, his left shoulder, in a game which the Crawdads lead 9-4. He will have the charge of dealing with Ryan Cermak as soon as he is done with his preliminary warm-up pitches. Really just a great day on offense for the Crawdads, able to put up 9 runs. And the bats remain hot in 4 straight games. 18, then 14 against the Santa Rosa A's. As 18 came against the Solano Mudcats. At Wilsey Wood High School, I believe. 7 in a loss to Solano on Sunday, and then another 9 tonight. And the pitching has been there as well. Ula Iverson has just been dynamite in his 2 starts. Only given up 2 earned runs in 2 appearances. That is good stuff. And Matthew Linsky did a really good job of getting us to this juncture in the game where Ty Atkins can come in and try to get the last out. First pitch from Atkins is roped into center, but Thompson will have it, and that is the final out of the ball game. Crawdads win it 9-4 behind an offensive explosion in the top of the 4th inning, and then able to get a run in the top of the 5th, and then again in the top of the 7th. The Crawdads, 9 runs on 12 hits, no errors. And the home team, the San Luis Obispo Blues, 4 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. The winning pitcher will be Ola Iverson. And it looks like the loser be Caden Sheedy. Going to confirm if that is correct. And indeed, it will be Caden Sheedy. So that is the ball game. Crawdads do a really good job here in their first game of 2 against the San Luis Obispo Blues. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Alon to say, just so glad everybody tuned in, and really want to apologize for those technical difficulties we had just about 10, 15 minutes ago, but we got through it, and the Crawdads got through this one in the first game of a lengthy road trip down south in Southern California. Once again, for everybody here who helped with the broadcast, I'm Alon to say Crawdads win 9-4. You have watched baseball on the Crawdads streaming network.